Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Black. We're going to finish climbing this long tower this time. It's actually not that bad, but you can get random encounters in here, such as Litwick, which is one of the best special attackers in the game. So
No,
Litwick
it's
is
just
OP
the
as
Lavender
hell.
Town Ghost Tower.
I
Yeah.
like that in Pokken Tournament, Litwick, Chandelure, more accurately, is just as OP in that game as he is in this game. Where Chandelure is, like, I think one of the strongest Pokemon you can get access to that I can remember. Like, and in Pokken Tournament, you just shoot laser beams at everybody else from halfway across the stage, and they never can touch you because everybody else in the game is a close quarters character.
I just realized that I forgot. Plum forgot that there was a ghost chandelier Pokemon.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of the Pokemon that some people are like, they can't make a Pokemon out of an inanimate object.
No, it's a very sensible concept. In fact, it's so sensible that in Magic the Gathering's recent horror set Duskmourn, they have a ghost chandelier Pokemon too.
Not to mention, it opens the possibility for any other piece of furniture to be haunted and passed off as a Pokemon, given the poltergeist concept.
well,
I
that's just
can't wait
Rotom
until
in
they
general.
until they make the Demon Piano Pokemon from Super Mario 64. That'll be pretty great. So,
Ring the bell.
I'm personally pulling for the haunted tuba.
So the inanimate object Pokemon thing, for me, it's all about execution, because some of the versions that they've done have been really cool. Like, I forget the name of it, but the Pokemon from Gen 7 that's an anchor, but that has kelp on it, and the kelp, like, possessed the anchor. I think that one's really cool. And then you've got one that are, like, the dangly baby keys from Gen 6, which is really lame. So it really is just all about how well it's executed in...
Oh, hell yeah.
in
Is this the
my
OSHA violation, Jim?
Yes.
Oh, I love the OSHA violation gym. Oh, man.
where you get shot out of cannons and land face first into the wall.
This is some Looney Tunes ass shit, too. Which
Yeah,
is
it's like,
really funny.
was it ever as goofy as this? And does it get any goofier than this? Because you dead ass just doing the Mario 64 thing. You get in a cannon, you get blasted out.
Not even a cushion where you're supposed to land either.
You just dead ass smack the damn wall. Eat shit, kid.
You smack the wall. You smack the steel floor. This goes beyond OSHA violations and straight on to worker abuse. You know,
There's nothing that's as, like, purposefully comedic. Like, there's some silly stuff, like, I think in terms of, like, the silliest thing to happen in a Pokemon game, it's probably the VTuber bit in Scarlet and Violet. If I had to guess.
No, that's plenty sensible within the world and even within our own, like, society. Just having an off-the-wall content creator who's big on Pokemon and happens to be a gym leader. No, that's fairly standard.
It's definitely jarring, though, when it happens, because it's like, what? What the hell's going on?
It's tonally memorable, but like I don't really see a problem with it within the universe. In fact, it probably would have fit a little better within Sword and Shield's world, given the way that place treats its Pokemon League. But then, one of the distinguishing features of Scarlet and Violet's region, I forget the name of it off the top of my head, is how low-key it treats its Pokemon League compared to the previous generation. So you have
Any more low key than Sun and Moon? Because wasn't a big thing about that game's story was that it's developing its own Pokemon League, but in the meantime, it's kind of just there.
Yeah, but Sun and Moon also had its own way of doing a Pokemon League that was separate from the usual 8 gyms and Elite Four. The Scarlet and Violet League adheres to the normal Pokemon League standards, but it doesn't make as big a deal out of it as the big sporting event arenas that what is it, Galia or Galar. It doesn't make... Yeah, Galar was all about big sporting arenas, and it was really keyed into the local economy, which is why that one town that refused to do the Gigantamax bullshit was, like, really impoverished. But in Scarlet and Violet, the Pokemon League is a thing, and it's a prominent thing, but the gym leaders are mostly doing their own thing in their own time. One's an artist, one's a baker. The one who's most into her gym leader shtick is the VTuber, because it's part of her celebrity identity. So it's more like she's...
And then there's Larry.
And if she's not, she stops getting Twitch bets. So you better believe she's gonna fucking sell the shit out of that.
Yeah, she's using the Pokemon League to do
Hey, it's me! Hey, look, I'm a pilot!
Yeah. She's using the Pokemon League to do her own job rather than making the Pokemon League into her job the way the big pro sporting event people in the previous gen did. So thematically, it was an interesting twist from Sword and Shield. I really wish Pokemon utilized those interesting twists between generations in a better way, but, you know.
Yeah, because Gen 7, all of the, trials, is what they were called. It's been a while since I played it.
Yes, trials.
They weren't, big in the sense of in the world, because in the world and in the story, it's more of a, personal coming-of-age kind of deal.
Yeah.
But in terms of, the in-game spectacle, there was lots of stuff going on with all of those. You've got the big wishy-washy horde coming to get you, and stuff like that. Or, it's the big deal about you have to find the Mimikyu in the haunted house and whatnot. So it's not like, the game treats the trials as much more of an event than Scarlet and Violet treats the individual gym battles as an event in that game.
Say what you want about Sword and Shield being kind of meh, but I think that all three of the previous generations, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and Scarlet and Violet, each utilize the geographical presence of their individual regions in an interesting way. Like, Britain is, fairly visible on the world stage. Their Pokemon League is big. It's an event. Everyone's into it, and it's into having everyone into it. It wants everyone to buy into its economy, like a classic. Honestly, they could have pulled the same shit in Unova if they wanted to.
Well, that was part of why I think they started doing these slightly different takes on gyms. Because that's part of the problem with Sword and Shield is that, spectacle aside, it is just the same shit again. And people were tired of it by Gen 6.
What I'm trying to say, though, is that the spectacle fits the geographical location. Whereas when you consider Sun and Moon, the region is based on Hawaii, which, while people in the world see Hawaii as a beautiful tropical location and a cool tourist spot for vacations, in terms of its own internal society, Hawaii is kind of distant from everyone else because it's a chain of islands way out in the middle of the ocean. So it kind of has an almost rural element to it, where it's low key in a lot of ways, and the way the Pokemon League is presented in that region reflects that.
It's also stereotyped that people from that area are fairly relaxed, which also kind of matches the vibe.
Yo, you want a malasada?
And then you get to Scarlet and Violet, which is kind of it's kind of in the middle, It's not super low key. It has its.
They just need to have the cartoon squeaking as he comes down the wall for it to come straight out of a Tom and
Did you enjoy
cartoon.
help my flying cannons? Here's a subpoena. Oh, we're just gonna tear that up right now.
The Scarlet and Violet region is kind of low key. It has its big cities and stuff, and it does sort of treat its Pokemon League as a big professional event, but it treats its Pokemon League as a big professional event in the same way that a mid-tier trading card game would treat its professional league as an event, and less like Philadelphia treats the Eagles, So
you're saying they treat it the same way the Cleveland treats the Browns? All right, got it.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, how does Cleveland treat the Browns?
Exactly.
Also, congrats on your brother getting a game in Philadelphia, John.
Yeah, I
So like when you go to the bug trainer gym city, the locals are almost more into the gym leaders baking than they are into our Pokemon battles, you know?
I legit had a stroke trying to pronounce what I think they were trying to spell as Philadelphia in The Adventures of Elliot.
Wait, that's what they're supposed to, they were trying to call it, is Philadelphia?
It's so close, Ted. Like,
I'm not gonna lie,
something like that.
my eyes were glazing over by the time I got to that.
I'll send you an image when I get the chance.
Okay.
Philadelphia with the serial numbers filed off.
The serial numbers file, yes, exactly.
Well, they already misspelled Elliot's name, so they might as well misspell the town.
Wait, no,
too.
how's it spelled? One second.
It's
Let me see.
Elliot
Spelled
with one
Elliot
L.
right.
It's
No,
Elliot
it's with 2 L's.
No, it's with one
L's.
L.
Is it? What, not?
Yeah, the Adventures of Elliot game is with one L in Elliot.
Oh, the ones I'm seeing is, no, it's 2 L's.
No,
Let me see.
hold on.
Where is it?
Yeah,
Oh my
no,
God.
it's 2 L's.
I guarantee you it's one L.
Oh, I thought
No, it's 2 L's.
I thought you'd put that in the Discord.
No, not yet.
Well, I can't
Hold
see
on.
the spelling, so I can't comment.
There's something about Pokemon happening in the background.
Of course, the Nintendo. Oh, okay, never mind. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it's 2 L's.
In comes Emolga with the chair.
Not paying attention to the commentary, will you? Why, I oughta.
I feel very uncomfortable with the fact that Swanna has a bra on. I know that it's supposed to be differently colored, like chest feathers, but it just looks like it's wearing a bra, and it makes me uncomfortable.
You know, they might have been going for that because she's also supposed to look like a really dolled up woman in a ballroom.
Yeah, but birds don't have breasts. So it's
Well, technically speaking, they do. We buy them at the grocery store all the
Yeah.
time.
you know what I mean. They don't have boobies.
Speaking of which, can you head by to the nearby Acme and buy me a pound of chicken tits?
What they don't have is mammaries because they're not mammals. They also only have one hole to shoot things out of in the backside. So they lay eggs out at the same
That's
hole.
a way
they
to
poop.
describe that.
Look, I could say
This chicken's no good. It only has one hole.
I could be all technical and say they have a cloaca instead of an ass, but you know, it's
More like a cloass. Got him.
it's actually part of the reason we clean our eggs. But you know,
I mean, I feel like you should clean anything that comes out of an animal before you.
Well, yeah, but like here in America, we overdo it. We clean our eggs so hard that we also clean off the protective coating that prevents bacteria from getting in, which is why we have to refrigerate our eggs. So, you know.
I posted it in the Discord, Ted. The not Philadelphia of The Adventures of Elliot.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, yes. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Philadelphia.
I like how N is like, he just straight up asks your Pokemon how you're treating them. And they're like,
I wonder
yeah.
what he says if they have minimum happiness at this point. Because that is something you can do. If you would rather, if you want to be a dick and use frustration and you just stuff bitter herbs down your Pokemon's throat, you can set them to minimum happiness and
I know in regards to powering up certain types of moves, there's a benefit to making a Pokemon dislike you, if not straight up hate you.
So it's there's definitely frustration.
Frustration is the only one I can think of, but like also is there any Pokemon that needs to like hate you in order to evolve or some other shit?
There's
Not that I
probably
know of,
one.
no.
There's probably some other element. Almost all of the stuff that regards happiness though cares about happiness being high. Obviously, because they want to encourage you to.
It's like, well, but they give you the option, and I'm wondering, like, is there any other benefit outside of powering up frustration to get a Pokemon to dislike you?
You're not. I think probably not, because that would be kind of bad game design if they wanted to. If they wanted to have that, because it's hard to keep a Pokemon at minimum happiness. You have to try, because just by fighting in battles, the happiness will go up very, very slowly. I believe it might even go up just by having them in the party and walking around. Don't quote
Yes,
me
it
on
does.
that. It does, yeah. So it's difficult specifically to. So lowering friendship. Hold on, I've got Bulbapedia up.
Okay, I just want to say Cincino from behind was always an offsetting Pokemon to watch, because from the front it's like this cute rodent thing, right? Behind it's got like
It's a
head.
chinchilla.
Yeah, it's got like head tentacles from behind. It's like a fucking what's that Star Wars alien?
Oh, the Twi'lek? Is that
Twi'leks, that's one. Yeah, it's like a Twi'lek, and not the cute Twi'leks that you see dancing in bars, but the ugly Twi'leks that you see guarding Jabba's palace. The ones that have sharp teeth and tentacles wrapped around their necks and bulging foreheads.
Oh, isn't that the pale white one that's next to the Jabba?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like,
Where you gonna dance or not?
So as far as I can tell, like it there's not much that
Yeah,
procs
like
off of
I'm looking
Moab.
at the friendship like page myself, and I only see frustration getting a use out of your Pokemon disliking you. Everything else is just if the Pokemon likes you.
Yeah, no, and that's a good thing, honestly. Because like again, it's hard to make a Pokemon dislike you, and it's also like we don't want to have animal abuse simulator. We don't want to prove Team Plasma right. So there's
Yeah.
that. I just wish that there wasn't two completely different happiness meters for your Pokemon, where there's happiness and then there's affection, which is a different thing that requires a different system.
Wait, are they?
Yes.
In Kalos, there was affection with the Pokemon system.
Yeah, it's also the beans in Gen 7.
Right.
And I think the sandwich stuff in Gen 6, not Gen 6, in Gen 8 also. Is the sandwiches Gen 8 or Gen 9? No, Gen
Sandwiches
8
are
was
9.
the curry. Listen, they need to stop having so many stupid minigames. The sandwich minigame was fine. I did not like the curry minigame at all in Gen 8. I thought it was a waste of time.
Gotta bake your poffins.
So the problem with it is just that, like, using it, this is another thing about the games that people will often, the part's over, shit. I don't want to, like, start a new tangent the moment the part ends. That's just
Gonna
wrong.
have to wait until next part.
No, I'll forget by then.
Just put it in your mind.